First off, we got to start with the original story. The original FBI story, which don't make any sense. Now, I'd like you to forgive me, and I'll warn you beforehand, I'm not a journalist, I'm not a news reporter. My topics and points will be all over the place, but these are things that I feel like I need to get out, that I need to talk about, because they just sit up in my head and drive me crazy. My points, I'll further back up and try to clarify them one way or another, but they will be all over the place. Let me start by saying I think that Tyler was framed or used as a patsy of sort. And I think let me introduce you to the cluster of people that I feel are part of it or know something about it. Phil Lyman, I believe he's running for governor or something of that effect. Maybe mayor, I don't know, to be honest. But he's in the political realm of sorts. Then you got George Zinn, the old man that dropped his pants. You got him. Hunter Kozak, I believe his name is. That's the kid that went to school there that was known to dislike Charlie and disagree with Charlie. And I believe, I could be wrong, that he is associated with of some sort or follows the well-known scumbag Destiny. He's a pile of shit. And then the man in the crowd that chants USA, USA, you know, the one with the long hair or whatever. I'm not sure who to start with, but I'll say this. They all know something, or they're a part of it of some sort. This is all alleged, you know, I don't have very much evidence or proof of anything. It's just what I've seen and what I've watched and I've put together thus far. I'm sure you guys watched Candace Owens. If you're looking at this video, you've watched Candace Owens, you've watched several other channels on this subject. It is cold as balls down by the water. I believe she's doing a pretty good job at trying to figure this out. She goes really into depth with the Phil Lyman character. But here's what I think about Phil Lyman. You have, at minimum, two different conflicting stories that he reported.
Must-watch video of Phil Lyman giving 3 different stories of what he witnessed that day.
Hey, it's September 10th, 2025, and I was just heading back from Salt Lake to Blanding. I'm getting a very late start. It's about 11:30 at night.
Okay, so we just heard him say that he's recording this video the day of the assassination, September 10th of 2025 at around 11:30 at night. I want you to watch fully through this because I'm going to break it down. There are a bunch of inconsistencies in the way this man talks.
September 10th, 2025, and I was just heading back from Salt Lake to Blanding. I'm getting a very late start. It's about 11:30 at night, and I wanted to swing back by UVU campus where Charlie Kirk was killed today and see if I could let a few of the police officers know how much I appreciate the work they're doing, see if there's some college students here that I could rub shoulders with, more for my benefit than for theirs. But what I really wanted to share was I was very close this morning where Charlie Kirk was at, met him backstage, and we talked for a moment before he went on stage, and I was backstage as he started speaking and decided to go up top, and I went up to the top, and ironically was very close to where the shooter was. Apparently, the shot was very loud, and I determined pretty quickly that whoever it was on the roof, and it was a 200-yard kill shot by someone who knew what they were doing.
Okay, pay attention to his word choice that he's using. He is just clearly and boldly stating that he was walking towards the rooftop that the kill shot was from, and that it was clear to him that this was a single kill shot from a pro on the rooftop. One, how at 11:30 at night did he know this? Did the FBI or police, give him this information? Or is this just his personal opinion? Because he's saying that when he heard the shot rang out, that he already knew that it was from a rooftop and that it was a kill shot from 200 feet. And I'm going to go back to this video, but I'm going to show you because I found him that day also, and he is stating something different, that he heard pop, pop. So which is it?
I just left. I'd gone up top. I was right down the back at the end of this building, and I was walking through the door, and it's like boom, boom, right behind me. There was
Okay, so Phil, which is it? Was it boom, boom right behind you, and you kind of seemed lost and confused and like you didn't have a clue what was going on, to 11:30 at night, you remember yourself being right by the rooftop and knowing that it was a kill shot from 200 feet?
the shot was very loud, and I determined pretty quickly that whoever it was on the roof, and it was a 200-yard kill shot by someone who knew what they were doing.
Yeah, Phil, you've got some explaining to do because, again, you just said that you knew rather quickly that it was from a rooftop 200 feet away. You knew that information. Well, here again is the interview, and a police officer, a badged police officer, walks by you and said, "Did anyone see him?" Funny how you don't say a word. Not one word. So, why not?
Unbelievable.
Good to see you.
Did you guys see him?
I did not see him, no.
The fuck is that guy? Let's do this one of us.
Okay, so here we have Phil Lineman staring at a badged police officer who is asking anybody witnesses around, "Did you see anything? Did you see him?" Phil says nothing. Nothing. But he so boldly tells us, in his own words, that he knew instantly, that it was a kill shot from the rooftop, 200 feet away, by someone who knew what they were doing. Anybody find this odd? Why wouldn't you tell that police officer? Because I know if you would have told them, it could have helped.
I determined pretty quickly that whoever it was on the roof, and it was a 200-yard kill shot by someone who knew what they were doing. My feeling at the time was that this was not an action of hate against Charlie Kirk. It was an action of hate against America, against all of us, and it would be a disservice to his memory for us to divide and to hate each other.
Oh, get ready, because it's about to get even more interesting, because he comes up with a third storyline that's completely contradicting both of his other two. So in this new version that he's going to give us, he's going to tell us that he heard a gunshot, or he didn't even know whatever it was. Okay, so was it a pop pop? What is it? You knew exactly it was 200 yards away and on a rooftop and a kill shot from a pro? Or is it you thought you heard a gunshot, you don't even know what it was at this time? Which is it? And now he's claiming that everyone else around him is acting odd, and starts blaming kids in the area for saying F you, shouting it to the people that are running away. Well, what happened to your interview of you saying that you want to pull America together in this tragedy? So, are you pulling us together, or are you pulling us apart? What story are you telling?
I went up top, the back of the venue, right when the gunshot happened. Now, I don't know if it was a gunshot. I don't even know what all of that was at this point. But the thing I noticed is that there were some people, while everyone was hiding behind the retaining walls and ducking down and, wondering what's going to come next, there were a group of kids who were not hiding. And it was kind of the LGBTQ. I walked right over and I said, and I heard one of them, utter a real nasty epithet, not to Charlie Kirk, or not to Charlie Kirk, but to the crowd that's running away, go F yourselves type of thing. And I said, was that gunshot not right here? And they said, yeah, it was right over there. The point being, they weren't afraid. They knew something. They knew something that the rest of the people in that crowd didn't know. They were not afraid. If the gunshot was right over there, if the gunshot was right behind them, why are they not hitting the ground? Why are they not running? Why are they not concerned for their lives?
Hold it.
I was afraid it was going to turn into a mass shooting. So I'm looking, where is this coming from?
Hang on. Slow down.
I want to hit rewind.
Yeah, I noticed how he tried to shut that down. Whoa, 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 let's rewind. What? This guy's a joke to me. And then he goes on to say this.
That they're part of the dying Republican Party. That's the side of the Republican Party that needs to go away because they're not Republicans and they don't have our values. And
The part of the Republican Party that need to go away because they don't align with your beliefs or values. Phil, you just single-handedly shit on Charlie Kirk's legacy, name, what he fought for every day of his life, and what he lost his life fighting for. He went and tried to pull people that did not have his beliefs and values over to our side, to change them, to change their hearts, their minds, to bring them to Jesus. Yet here you are, damning within your own side, telling people that do not align with your values or beliefs in your own Republican Party to get out. I'm in Republican Party, so if I don't align with your beliefs and values, I should get out? That is exactly what Charlie was fighting for, to bring people together, and you are so openly trying to pull us apart. So you can come to your own conclusion about this guy, but mine is he's just got too many connections with everything I just showed you laid out, as well as his family owns the house that caught the video footage of Tyler Robinson and decided to release it to TMZ, of all places. Here, take this random footage of this guy. So we got that connection. He's also seen in a video saying something about Tyler getting in a car with something. I'd love to see that video footage. And then he also has a family member that was part of videotaping the police finding or searching for the gun the day of the assassination. What are the odds of all that? So I'm just going to end this video with this. Phil, what is done in the dark will come to light.
He also, him or his family, owns a majority of the houses on the street that Tyler Robinson was seen walking on the Ring camera.
Take a look. You can see the images now of that suspect. They're walking in the street. And if you can see, the person is walking with a limp there. And it is believed to be because that person has a rifle in the pants and they are walking very difficult because of that object that is inside of the pants. Take a look here of that limp right there. And you can see there the suspect continuing to walk the street there, very close to where the venue was. And then this is after where we see now that suspect clearly running in the field.
I think Phil Lyman was told or promised some sort of gain, some sort of help with his political career or agenda or his climbing of the ladder, so to speak. And here's what I think he did. I think he found Tyler somehow. I don't know how. I can't say how. Instructed him to walk down this specific path that he walked down, which is down the street with all of his property, all of these cameras to conveniently catch him on camera walking down that street. I believe he instructed him to ditch his rifle into the woods. I believe that rifle was there the entire time. Or it was fired and then put there. Because you have spent casings or a spent round in the chamber with supposed casings with engravings on them. Which brings me to a question. I'd argue that the ICE facility shootings and Charlie Kirk's assassination were vastly different. That Charlie Kirk's assassination was a bigger deal, for lack of better words. But the ICE facility shooting, they were quick as hell to show us the rounds and the markings on these rounds. Has anybody yet seen the rounds from Tyler's weapon? I haven't. let me read. Like I said, I'm going to be all over the place. Let me start by this. Here is what gave me my initial suspicions, my initial doubt. When they came out and said, I've said this in my last video, when they came out and said 30-06 round, immediately I knew something was wrong, something wasn't right. We were going to be lied to, we were going to be strung along, and we were going to be fed a bowl of dog shit. And so far, it's what it seems like is happening. Again, if you're watching this video, you've been watching other channels and you've seen what a 30-06 round will do to flesh and bone, much thicker, much harder, much denser than a human neck. So, but anyway, back to, ooh, nice Jeep. I want mine to sound like that. There's mine. Anyway. The old pervert that as soon as the shot rang, screams that he did it, he's the shooter, he's this, he's that, yada, yada. His pants fall for whatever fucking reason. That's just weird. Probably irrelevant. I don't know. Here's what I think he had, and ultimately they found in his phone. PDF files, if you know what I mean. I believe he was blackmailed with that information to do such things that he did, to become a huge distraction. That's where I feel he was involved. The guy in the crowd, I don't think he was directly involved, but I do feel he had knowledge of it. He, just the way he looked, the way he chanted, it just seemed like he knew something. I don't know. Allegedly, I can't prove it. Then there's the guy that was asking Charlie the question at the end. You'll see here what would appear to me and any person with logic sense practicing his oh shit moment, his what the fuck just happened moment. And if you compare the two of when the shot actually happened and Charlie caught that bullet, the response is identical. The reaction is the same. So either he was the signal. I believe maybe his questions were scripted, and the second he said such word. But that wouldn't make sense though either, though, because the shot didn't happen on his word, it happened on Charlie's response. Who's to know what his response would be to what question? So that's doo-doo. Now let's talk about the footage, the camera footage of Tyler Robinson running across the roof. I looked on Google Earth, and from the angle the camera was pointing, you can clearly see that if they would have went back just 2 more minutes in reverse, you would have caught him pulling the trigger, firing the shot, if he did it. I think somebody fired a 30-06, because if you listen to other channels, again, this is all based on information that I'm gathering from other channels. I believe a 30-06 round was fired that day, but I don't believe, obviously, that's the round that killed him. I believe it was a way smaller round, probably silenced, and perfectly timed with the real one. That makes sense. I mean, if you sync a couple of watches and count down, as you see, kind of like with his security, I don't really know. I'm not going to say his security had anything to do with it, because I don't know. I haven't heard enough of that, and I would like to believe they didn't. But I do believe there was two shots fired at the same time. One was a decoy, one was the actual kill shot. And as far as the footage of him running across the street, the roof, I don't believe that video was recorded that day. I don't believe that video was recorded right after the shot, because one, why would they only show you him running across the roof and not beforehand? When the actual uncensored, unedited video of him bleeding and dying is everywhere. Can't be any worse than that, right? So why not show that? They won't show that. They don't show that. They show him running and jumping off the roof. I have surveillance cameras in my home, and I know shit quality and good quality when I see it. My quality that I have now is excellent. Compared to what you see here in these videos, it's trash. That shit is trash. It's pixelated. It's horrible. Like for the man disappearing when he's walking, that's just bad quality camera. That's all it is. I've had shitty cameras. But there's two things missing from that video that nobody talks about. One is the state of panic. Two is the state of panicked people. It's literally yards from where Charlie was and feet from where the shot supposedly happened. Why is nobody running? Why is everybody walking like a Sunday stroll? You know, that doesn't make any fucking sense. They should be running, screaming, panicking. There should be people flooding that parking lot. But that's not the case. So I don't believe that video was taken that day. Nor do I believe that the video on the ring footage was taken that day. I believe the video that you saw was the setup, the pre-planning, so to speak, or the practice run. Because you don't see a rifle in his hand. I don't care what you say, there's no rifle in his hand. Speaking of the rifle, they say they found the screwdriver on top of the roof, and that he changed his clothes on the top of the roof. It's just to cover up all the bullshit? Probably so. But we're expected to believe that he disassembled the rifle, climbed up on the roof, reassembled it, took a shot, disassembled it again, changed his clothes, jumped down, reassembled it, and ran away. Ditched it and ran away. No. We're expected to believe that he reassembled that just to run away. I don't think so. And change his clothes right after assassinating somebody. Come on. It's a pile of shit. These facts aren't facting. They're just not. Will we ever get to the truth? I doubt it. And I hate to say it, but if they ever do come out with, let's say it is the actual truth, I doubt anybody will actually believe it. Because of the shit we were fed. But who I will trust is all the YouTubers. I'll trust Candace Owens. I'll trust the civilians before I trust the FBI, that's for sure. So it's up to us to keep going, keep pushing, and keep figuring this shit out, because something ain't right. Somebody's covering something. And I don't trust them. Hey, look it. What's up, Seagull? See him? I got an audience. I got no food for you, dude. it's up to us to figure it out. It's up to us to find the truth. Also, don't forget the guy that was seen with tactical gear and all that. And then you have the 911 call. There's that. I'm gonna try to edit this as much as I possibly can, but we'll get it. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment on what you think. And if I find anything else, I'll let you know. See you next time.